And now the 25th Messenger Stake here at Roosevelt Raceway. Tonight's 5th race. There will only be win betting. Number 1 is Treasure Reef. Buddy Gilmour, the driver. This is one half of the Norman Dauplaise stable entry.
Treasure Reef is by silent majority a very fast horse of a few years back who was owned by Irving Liverman of Quebec, Montreal. Mr. Liverman, a prominent sportsman, is also part owner of the Montreal Canadiens, and he owns Treasure Reef, who's a son of silent majority, in partnership with Jean-Louis Levesque, the very famous and prominent thoroughbred owner in Canada.
Number 1A, this is the other half of the Norman Dauplaise stable entry. OTB letter F going for post position 6 is Philabuster with Norman Dauplaise driving.
Treasure Reef, incidentally, I did not mention, Spencer, has won 102,000 this year. Philabuster has won 57,000, including a mile at Syracuse on the mile track there in 1 minute 55 and 3/5 seconds, which shows that he has plenty of speed.
Number 2, OTB letter A, from the rail is Tyler B. Billy Herman in the sulky.
And what Tyler B shows, he is trained by Delvin Miller, who is part owner in the Tyler B stable. What he shows is the growth of this sport of harness racing. He is not the best 3-year-old in the country. He is not possibly the second best. Maybe Storm Damage would hold that honor. But he is probably the third best, but he has won $504,000 this year, which indicates that there is plenty of opportunity for even the second and third best.
And Tyler B has done very well. Number 3, OTB letter B for post position 2 is Ferric Nance. Mike Hughes in the race, has the race.
If you had asked me a week ago who is Ferric Nance, I would have told you honestly, I do not know.
If I ask you tonight?
I do not know who Ferric Nance is. I do know, however, that he won by 4.5 lengths in a C2 pace at Monticello. He was eligible to the race, and his owner says, I'm putting him in.
And this is the one we're all waiting for. 4C from post position 3. This is Niatross with Clint Galbraith.
And the crowd noise here. You might have heard the roar as Niatross made his appearance on the racetrack. He has won 16 of 18 this year, all 13 of his starts last year. He has won 10 races in a row since his last defeat, which was the week after he fell over the rail at Saratoga. He also has won $1,133,895 this year and $604,000 last year as a 2-year-old.
And some kind of a beautiful animal. 5D from post position 4 is Trenton Time with the great Billy Haughton.
And when Niatross fell over the rail at Saratoga in that event, this was the horse that won the race. And as it turns out, probably would have won the race that day whether Niatross had fallen over the rail or not. This is a very tough horse, and he is good in the late stretch drive.
And number 6, OTB letter G from post position 7, Gimme Getme with Bill Popfinger.
Gimme Getme, whose owner John Letty named this horse out of Clifton, New Jersey, because he said he has 2 sons. One always says Gimme, the other always says Get Me.
I don't know if he can get it tonight.
Well, he got 56,000 this year. That'll get quite a bit.
And those are the 3-year-olds for tonight's feature race, the 25th Messenger Stakes.
Saw Niatross round the Outrider's pony. He's behind the gate now. No one has beaten him in any of his recent starts, the last 10. Can they beat him tonight? We doubt it. The world doubts it. But we'll find out now as Jack Lee calls.
From the outside, that's Treasure Reef trying for the lead. Niatross along the inside. It's Tyler B moving with him. Trenton Time around the first turn and down the back stretch. Niatross on the outside moving for the lead. At the rail, Tyler B is second, a gap of 1.5 lengths back to Trenton Time third. They're down the back stretch, and Niatross has cleared the field. He's got a full length over Tyler B. 2 lengths back, Trenton Time third. Ferric Nance pacing fourth, Philabuster fifth. And Gimme Getme, they're up the quarter pole in 29-1. Niatross has the lead around the paddock turn by 1.5 lengths. Tyler B racing second, Trenton Time third, a gap of 2 lengths. Back to Ferric Nance fourth. They're up the top of the stretch the first time. Niatross and Clint Galbraith show the way by 1.5 lengths. That's Tyler B racing second, Trenton Time is third. Moving up on the outside, fourth and going up is Treasure Reef. They're about a half-mile pole. Niatross leads it in 1 minute, 4/5 of a second. At the rail, Tyler B is second on the outside. Treasure Reef is now third. Trenton Time is fourth. Gimme Getme fifth. They go down the back stretch, 3/8 of a mile apace. Niatross in command by 1.5 lengths. On the outside, Treasure Reef is now second at the rail. Tyler B back third, a gap of 3 to Trenton Time fourth. Gimme Getme fifth. They're up the three-quarter pole. It's Niatross in command by 2. 3/4 and 1, 29 and 4. Around the final turn, Niatross shows the way by 2 lengths. Tyler B tries to stay close to him. It's a gap of 4 lengths along the inside to Trenton, time third. They come to the top of the stretch. Niatross and Clint Galbraith leaded by 2 lengths. Tyler B is second along the inside. That's Trenton time. Deep stretch. Niatross and Clint Galbraith win Pacing's Triple Crown. Under the wire, 159 and 3. Niatross is an easy winner for Clint Galbraith in 159 and 3 over the good track, and now back to Stan Bergstein and Spencer Ross.
The race itself not that exciting, but the electric excitement created by a great champion in action as Niatross wins the Messenger Stake and thus the Triple Crown and a $250,000 bonus, and from the earnings of this $173,000 race becomes the richest harness horse of all time, passing Rambling Willie. He is now, let's take a look at the grace, the beauty, the majesty, and the power of harness racing's all-time champion in action as he heads for home for Clint Galbraith with Tyler B in pursuit and Trenton time third. They are not able to get to him, of course, and watch what you're looking at, the flawless gaited horse, the perfect pacer in action as Niatross cruises home, a deceptive last half in 58 and 4/5 seconds, and he does it, as he has done it in so many of his other starts, in absolutely effortless fashion, winning the 25th Messenger Stake, winning the Triple Crown, the first horse in 10 years since Most Happy Fella to do so. And so Niatross has completed his mission of winning the Triple Crown here, and my colleague Spencer Ross has a mission ahead. He is down on the racetrack awaiting this happy victory party from Niatross. And they are down on the track right now, and Spencer Ross is going to be talking to one of the most gracious ladies in the sport of harness racing, the owner and breeder of Niatross, Elsie Berger.
A woman with a dream, but with most dreams, you wake up in the morning and reality sets in. This woman had a dream, Elsie Berger, and her dream has become a reality, and it all started with a mare named Niagara Dream, right?
Yes, that's right. Niagara Dream.
And you bred Niagara Dream, and you wound up with, they love you out here, Elsie. See, Elsie wants them to yell Niatross, they yells at Elsie. Now listen, after Niatross was born, Elsie, Clint Galbraith came to you. A lot of people are not aware of this story and said, I'd like to buy half of them. Well, what'd you say to him?
You can have half of them.
And you've never had any regrets. We're talking millions and millions of dollars.
I have no regrets in my whole life. I have lived my life with reality, and I have no regrets.
And you're happy, and this is something that you could never have dreamed of. I mean, it was a dream, yes, but it's become a reality.
And I will fight to the last drop of blood to fight for Niatross.
Folks, we got to ask you out here, would you all like to see Niatross come back and race next year?
Yeah!
Okay, I think we know what everybody thinks, and we know what Elsie Berger thinks, and what a night it has been for Niatross. Thank you, Elsie.
It's been a pleasure.
Let's go back.
It may be trite when people say 72 years young, but Miss Berger is obviously 72 years young. There was only win betting on the race. Niatross paid $2.20, which is not bad considering he is a virtually invincible horse, the mile in 159 and 3/5 as he wins the Messenger Stake. And as you can see, Roosevelt Raceway has its own Mount St. Helens here, a victory celebration honoring the 1980 Messenger champion. And it is Niatross victorious in the Messenger Stake. And